Hello everyone, George here, and we're back inside of my roughed out level with the HVAC system. What we're going to do now is export these out and bring them into Substance Painter for use. So I think I might just grab all of them together and export them to Substance Painter as one giant lot. That way I can work on them all at the same time and make sure that they work properly. So there they are. I think this is probably okay. I'm going to be working on one at a time, so I can probably get away with doing something like this. That might be better. Okay. So go to File and Export Selection. Now let's go up to Substance Painter. There we go. Exports. Whoops. Where did I put this? Export OBJ. I guess I had done the wrong thing there. Okay, we're going to put them in here for now. We'll just call these HVAC. Hit enter. We'll go to Substance Painter, File, Open, and Drive. What I want to do is go to Little Bane, Substance Painter, and no, I want to go to Export OBJ. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to do File New. Duh. File New, select Google Drive. This is what happens when you have too many projects and too much stuff. Little Bane, Export OBJ, HVAC. We're going to go with 2048 because my system can support that, and I'll hit OK. So there's our different objects. Why don't we go ahead and bake everything? So we won't need transparency or anything, so we're fine there. Let's go to Texture Settings and Bake. Oh, crap. I didn't give them individual materials in Maya, did I? All right, that's a problem. So let's grab Assign New Material, Fong, and I want to make sure I get the name right on this. So that's 8. Let's do HVAC underscore vent underscore M. And we're going to do the same thing for each of these pieces. So right click, assign new material, and we'll do another Fong, and we'll do HVAC underscore template underscore M, enter. Now, hold on a second. My keyboard is not lit up right now, and it's making it very hard for me to see anything. Let's see if I can light it up. Let's see. And let's go to lighting effects. And instead of lightning ripple, let's go with, it's dark out. So let's go with static for now. Okay? All right. Looks good to me. Now I can see. So do we name this thing? Edit, delete by type. History. No, we did not. That still has a Fong 1 on it. So right click, assign new material, Fong. And this is HVAC branch underscore terminated underscore M. Next one is generic. So let's grab that one, copy that, grab it, right click, assign new material. You did not get a new material. Now we do. Okay. Control V, underscore M, enter, grab the last one, copy that name, right click, new material, Fong, same thing as before, underscore M, enter, save. Now we're going to grab everyone, just delete the history on these because there's no reason to keep any of it, and then File, Export Selection, and bring that over into, let's see, HVAC. Where are you? There you go. Yes. Okay, so now File, New, Discard, Select, and HVAC. Okay, now we've got our different materials. Perfect. Let's go ahead and bake our textures. We're going to keep them at 1024 for now, I think. The good news about keeping them low is we're going to be more likely to see problems because the pixels will be much larger. So we can always upsample everything afterwards. All right, so it's gone through and it's added our ambient occlusion and all the other great stuff that it's necessary. Let's start painting things. So let's start with this one right here. Why not? So that's going to be vent. So let's click on that one, hit solo. Start looking at the materials we have available because this is going to be highly reflective regardless of what we do. So there's iron, well, lots of iron. And really what we have here is aluminum. Silver pure, let's see, aluminum. Did that get the material? Yes, okay, it did. They're just at such a different angle I couldn't tell. All right, let's, not that it matters, but let's see what happens if I repeat things. I don't see any change whatsoever. I always like to look at the substance store just to make sure there isn't a really great material that's already been created. So let's jump over there and look up metal. Metal, there's 143 kinds of metal. Look at all those. And actually, you know what? Why don't we just do a search for aluminum? A-L-U-M. I like this aluminum scratched a lot. That could work well. Or the, let's see, brushed finish, no. Crosshatch. I think this one. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, let's try that again. Search A-L-U-M, and let's go with that one. That's got a little bit more to it. Now we've got it here. Let's bring it on in. I'm going to delete the old one. Yeah, that's got a lot more life to it. I enjoy that a lot. Let's bring this up. Double it, I guess. Something like that, I suppose. Now we need to break it up a little bit by making it dirty in some way. And it's still got that back piece on there. You know, I should really get rid of that before I do anything, shouldn't I? Let's modify that really quick. So let's grab this vent, right-click, face, and grab it, delete it. Go to this, UV's UV editor. Now I've got a big gap, so we can grab all of these, shift right-click, and let's relay these out. And I bet you they're going to be, it's going to take up a little bit more space now. I mean, these things can easily move there. Yeah, completely different. Much better. Let me just look at these other ones really quick. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. No, they all look good. Okay, now we're going to do another export. Grab them all. File. Export selection. HVAC. Yes. Substance. Go to Edit. Project Config. Select. I want to select the HVAC again. Okay. And see, yes, the new model's in. Everything's fine. That's all good. So we're perfect. This one, I am going to need to rebake the textures though, because it's a whole new model. No, it's actually not, but they're new UVs. Therefore, the location of things is going to completely change. So I got to redo that. Great. Now what I need to do is get inside of this thing, and I want to blacken the inside so that it's not going to show anything to the player or user. So let's go back to Vent and go to Solo. Go to Shelf, and let's just throw down, it doesn't matter what, I just need a material. Let's just throw down a generic material. That's not what I want. I want this, because I like using masks as opposed to using an actual layer. I'm going to darken this all the way down as far as I possibly can. Height can stay the same. All of these can stay the same. Roughness should be maxed out so we can't see anything. And basically we're going to get rid of all of that now. So let's right click and go to add a mask to it. Now zoom on in, and then we're going to just paint this back in. All around here and so forth. And the idea is we're just coloring it in so that if someone somehow gets a way of looking into this, it's going to look more like there's just nothing there. It just gets dark. We don't have to be perfect here. There's very little chance of the user getting a peek in this area anyway. So just get something up there, and then we can always blur it and do other things to it afterwards. It's kind of a pain in the butt. That's the only thing I don't like. Oh, look at that. See how it's going all the way on the edges. So let's go to 3? Let's F1 it and take a look so we can see this being done on other areas. So what we're going to want to do now is I need to go to black, and we're going to start getting rid of things that are causing problems. See that? That's not good. So let's decrease the size of this, I guess, and see if I can't make this work a little bit better. So see that? So it looks like the size is a big issue here. I did not expect that to be quite so bad, but it seems like it is. So let's really make that tiny. Whoops. Bring that in and try to go back over these. Is it doing it? Oh, it's not doing it now over in the other areas. Good. What a pain. Oversampling, I guess. Okay. That's pretty much done. I did nick the end of this one, so I want to get rid of that. Now we're going to blur the heck out of this. So grab that, right click. Let's go to add a filter, and that filter is going to be blur. And let's increase that intensity quite a bit. There we are. Much better. That helps out a lot of the problems that we had with that. So we'll go with that. And now we just need to dirtify it, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to bring our rust in here, handy dandy rust as usual. And of course, don't use it as is. I'm going to darken that as well. Looking good, rust, as always. Now we need to go to Smart Masks, and let's see, Edges Scratch. Let's try that one, so we can see what it's doing here. And I'm not enjoying it a whole lot. So let's modify that a bit. Here's Edges Wear, so we have Grunge Amount, which is all right. We have Scale. Yeah, somewhere lower, definitely. Edge Smoothness, let's crank that up. And Wear Contrast. Wear Level. It's much better for me. There we go. We're going to go to this, right click, and actually, yeah, let's go to this now after, add a filter. I'm going to add a blur to that whole thing. Not because I want to, I'm just interested in seeing what it'll actually do. Nothing good. Okay, so that can go. What else do we have to work with? Let's look at the histogram of it. That's brought in a lot. It's one or the other with this, isn't it? So that's not what I want either. Now, another thing that I haven't had yet is I want my normals. I want something to pop out of these, because normally these are kind of like jutted out a bit. And if we go to, what is it? Hard surfaces here. I'm trying to see if we have something that will do that for us. Here's a bunch of ones for vents, but they're not. It doesn't just have a cross, which is the normal way a vent actually is. See, it's got all this junk, but doesn't have your standard vent pattern, which is a little bit depressing. You would think that would be the first thing a person would go for. Oh, actually, vent 43-ish is close. Vent 41 is pretty close. So let's see if we can't do that to the normal map. So let's jump on over. Let's stick to, let's see, does rust have normal? No. Let's go to aluminum scratched. Well, actually, you know what? Let's just go with a standard flat layer. Zoom on in a little bit. Let's go to F6 for isometric mode. And now that we're on that, why don't we start painting? So let's go to normal and see what we can actually pull off here. So that is it. So I'm just painting. How do I use hard surfaces? That is the question. This has normal. Let's turn everything else off. So it's only normal. Normal uniform color. How do I draw on this using that? Paint physical paint. Maybe I have to do a projection? You think that's it? And paint it? That's definitely not it, that's for sure. Come on, I don't want any of this stuff, just normal map. Now let's see, painting details can also be done through painting normal map directly onto your mesh. You need a normal map channel. Let's see, texture set properties, I have one right there, okay? You also need a brush or material with a normal map channel enabled. A brush or a material. From there, painting with a normal map is very similar to painting with a height map. Alright, let's just see if I do this and we load in, what is that? Vent 41? Yeah. That's something. So I guess we have to do projection or not? We don't have to. Let's get rid of projection actually. Just standard paint. There we go. That's what I wanted. And can I do anything else with this? Can I like squash it? So maybe Vent 41 is not what I want. Can I just get a square? I'm thinking about going with just Vent 6 at this point. Oh, Vent 29 is probably my best bet at this point, given that I want something square. All right, so Vent 29 it is. Make sure the angle is 0 degrees. So where's the angle? There it is. So 0. And let's paint. Also, let's turn on mirror mode. And that's mirrored in the wrong direction. So let's choose Z. That should be, you know what, that's not going to work, is it? Can I change that to like local to the object? No. All right, fine, never mind. screen. Actually, I don't want to see it this way. Let's go to viewer settings or display settings. And not solo, I want to do material. Something like that. So I can see what the heck I'm doing. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. I mean, yeah, it's more detail, but at what cost? The cost of it looking like a normal event. I'm not interested in it looking like a futuristic sci-fi thing. I don't feel like wasting more time on this, so we're going to just go with it the way it is for now. We may revisit this in another video, and in that one, actually fix. I'll create a model that does exactly what I want, export out a normal map, and bring it in here that's custom to what I want it to do. So let's jump back in. I'm going to duplicate Rust Fine, actually, and I'm going to change how this is. So let's go to Smart Masks. I'm going to delete all of this junk. And I'm going to go to Rust Ground. That didn't do what I expected it to do at all. That's interesting. Alright, well anyway, I do like how it looks now. So what we're going to do is grab everything here. I'm just going to put it in a folder. So let's create a folder. Grab it all, throw it in here. I'm going to copy that folder. And we're going to start jumping into things. Paste. Paste, paste, and paste. Let's jump back to template and start fixing stuff. So template shouldn't have a mask on it anywhere, that black layer. So we can nuke that. So that's gone. Whoops. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So that's gone. That's looking okay. That's fine. Let's go to generic. Generic also does not need that darkened area, so we can get rid of that. Let's go to curve. Curve is fine as well. I'm not taking a ton of time on these materials. Anything is okay in this case. Nuke that one, should get rid of some of the problems. Let's go to branch terminated. Frame one up. And I'm looking okay here, here, and here. Let's just get rid of that dark layer just in case it's being used someplace. And we don't want to get rid of it. We want to right click, make it black, this case, come back in here and paint that back in. So let's see. That got me inside yet? Just about. Okay. Now let's start painting. So I need to paint what, white? Onto this surface. So let's start doing that. So let's go to brush and I'll fix it in the other side. Paint this all up. Not that the rust is really letting. I need to bring this material up, I think. So where am I painting? Here? Alright, so let's paint this up. And then make this smaller. And get rid of it now by going to black and painting it out. Okay. Anyone else got a problem? No? Okay, frame up again. Alright, that's good. I think I can live with that. God, you know what I can't live with? I can't live with these not being what I want them to be. I need that damn normal map. So I am going to take this vent, duplicate it. We're going to try something. I don't know if this is going to work. We are going to make this the way I want it to be. So let's go to Insert Edge Loop Tool, put one there, one there. And what I want is for this darn vent to look like it's popped out. So basically like that. Okay? And I think that's all I need, is that little bit right there. And this. I need to go to multi-cut, cut from there to there, to there. Do the same thing down here. There we are. And do it again. Okay, now what I'm going to do is actually delete everything else. Nuke it, and get rid of this. And all I want is that one little tiny piece. That's going to become what I render out. And it's been a long time since I've done this before, so I'm probably going to screw it up quite a bit. So bear with me here. Okay, that's good, that's good. That's deleted. I should just be left with the part that I care about now. So now right-click face, grab them all. We're going to go to UVs, UV editor. I think it's the Z-axis. We're going to, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go to UV and planar on the Z-axis. Apply. Pretty good. There we are. F8. I'm going to save really quick. And all I want to do is push this onto a plane. And I think if I just if I actually duplicate this darn object, move it back slightly, and get rid of the lines, it becomes a plane. Right? So we do, that didn't work. Let's just do this maybe one bit at a time, one-ish bit at a time. There's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that. And you know what, let's just grab the center point and V that over. Now it's flat. So now what I need to do is go to, what is it? Let's see, shading, I believe, and I need to use turtle to project this object onto that object. I need to do that through baking. So let's do texture baking settings to begin with. We might as well cramp the sample rate up. I mean, there's no reason not to have a really good one. I guess it does need to be that high. That's fine. Gaussian is fine. That's all good. I don't care about that. So baking itself. So what am I doing? Target surface. Let's only bake the selected surface. I'm sorry, that's not what I want. The target surface and the source. So I'm sorry. Add selected, clear all, go here, add selected, grab this one, add selected. So it's going to project this shape onto that shape, is what I want. What do I want? Normal map. Let's just give it a shot and see what happens. So I'm going to click, I believe this one. This is texture bake. All right, this is not working, so let's stop this calculation. You know what? I think the problem is I don't have hard edges, so let's change that. So let's grab this and go to, what is it, mesh display, and do hard edge. Now let's try that baking again. There we go. That is exactly the normal map I want. So now let's save this out. Now where is it saving to? That's the question. File. Little Bane Images, is that where it's going? There we go. So under Turtle we have baked textures, and we have this one right here. That's the one I want to include in Substance Painter. So jumping back over to Substance Painter, let's go ahead and do File and Import Resources. And we are going to add a resource. And now we just need to find it. So it's under Maya. Little Bane, Turtle, Baked, and this one. And I'm going to actually add this to my shelf. Oh, cancel. This is a texture. Import. There we are. So where is it? Right there. Let's give this a go and see what it looks like. So let's go to this layer here and click on this. Right there. There we go. And let's see how this looks against our surface. I think it's going to look great. Yes! Oh, that looks so good. Don't you think? I do. You and you. Now we just got to go around and add this to all the different parts. And you there. And you. And yeah, I know I hit that a little bit. That'll get cleaned up. You're never going to see that part anyway. Doesn't matter. And that part. And now this part down here. There we go. Now we've got that. Look at that. That looks like an HVAC. There we are. So I'm probably going to fast forward right now so that you don't have to watch me, but basically I'm just going to keep clicking on everything. Great, that looks good. Okay, now we just need to jump into each one and make them look good. Great, and that's it. I think I'm done. So now we can go ahead and export out all of our textures. So let's turn them all on, all the different vents we have, and see what we have. So save. Let's go and save this as HVAC, HVAC, enter. Now let's go to right-click. So right-click, go to export textures, everything. That's all fine. Now let's go to my drive, create a new folder and call that HVAC. Select and make sure that we're doing Unity 5 standard metallic and hit export. We're going to open this folder and I am going to copy this folder and bring it over into my other project, my FNAF project, because I can use all of these vents in that one. So let's go over to YouTube, reproduce it, FNAF, Substance Painter, textures, and paste. Great. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got to see some interesting stuff, making our own custom normal map, applying it, and making all these different elements for the vents. I'll see you next time. So long. Goodbye.